And with that, I wanted to turn to Vikram, and who's on the TAC, and Ritesh from Microsoft to talk a little bit about what happened last month at Microsoft Ignite.
Hey,
Over to you.
Jian. Hi everyone. I'm Vikram Desai. I'll talk about some of the key announcements that were made at Microsoft Ignite, which make it easier to manage agents and optimize your costs. But at the center of it all is the Microsoft Foundry to develop and manage AI workloads and models, and Azure Copilot, which is for your agentic cloud ops. Let's go to the next slide. Yeah. So Azure Copilot is the agentic interface that orchestrates specialized agents across the entire cloud management lifecycle. It has governance built in and supports complex operations at enterprise scale. Here, humans send the intent, and agents will be taking the action. At Ignite, we launched several key agents for management functions across the board, including optimization that Ritesh will go into next. So I'll hand over to Ritesh to go deeper into the optimization agent.
Okay, yeah, so next slide, please. Yes, perfect. All right, this is the optimization overview, is where FinOps and CloudOps teams typically start their day. At a glance, we can see the At a glance, we can see the current spend, forecasted spend, carbon footprint, and the top contributors to these across the scope relevant to me. What customers love here is the dual lens, cost and carbon surface together. Every resource in Azure carries both a financial and an environmental impact, and this view helps FinOps engineering and sustainability teams stay aligned on shared goals. We can also see the savings opportunities across these subscriptions. These opportunities come from Azure Advisor, covering right sizing, shutdown, reservations, and savings plans, and include cost and carbon savings. Instead of digging through dozens of recommendations, we surface top actions, the highest impact opportunities across subscriptions and workloads. This is all about helping our customers move instantly from visibility to action. Now it's time to explore how the optimization agent within the Azure Copilot turns those opportunities into action, which I can invoke from the Copilot button right on top. In So in this case, I've selected the Copilot button on top, expanded the view to a full screen mode, and asked a very basic question of seeing top cost savings opportunities for the sub that contributes the most to my overall cost, in this case, the CloudFit Test sub. The agent reasons through my request by identifying the scope of what I'm talking about. And instead of giving me a laundry list of everything I can do, it identifies the highest ROI actions that I can take across different types of recommendations based on savings, ease of action, risk associated with the action, etc. The top action in this case is to right size my virtual machine, Contoso Demo VM001, but I'm not ready to act on it yet. I need more details on why this recommendation was made, so I can simply ask that to the agent. So, first off, I don't need to be exact when I'm communicating with the agent. I don't need to include the dashes that were part of the name, the underscores. I can even have typos. The agent understands the context and responds accordingly. In this case, it provides info about my resource as it's configured today and what is recommended. I can see that my workload is currently running on a 96 core machine and it's using only 0.9% of the CPU and 25% of the memory. Definitely a lot of room for improvement. However, in this case, the recommendation is to move from a 96 core machine to a 4 core machine. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. What if the workload starts facing perf issues? Luckily, the agent gives me a view of the current utilization over the last 7 days and a projection of what that utilization would look like if I move to the recommended SKU. I can see that even with 4 cores, still a lot of buffer space for my workload to grow if required. I'm still uncomfortable, though 96 cores to 4 cores is a bit drastic. I notice that the agent gives me an option to check for alternative recommendations, which is what I choose. On clicking the suggested prompt, next slide, I get a list of alternate SKUs I can move to, which have lesser savings but are more conservative. I see the third option is an 8-core SKU. It runs on Intel just like my current SKU, which while still giving me a decent level of savings, 6.4K instead of 6.5K. I'm comfortable with this and want to get to acting on it. The agent creates a CLI script for me, which takes care of stopping and deallocating the virtual machine, resizing it to the more conservative size that I selected, and then restarting the VM. I can execute the script, and just like that, I've saved my company 6.4K or roughly $75,000 annually in minutes.
I'll continue with some of the key announcements in the Microsoft Foundry area. And this is where we can come in and build, manage, choose your models, as well as do your application development related to anything related to agents here for enterprise AI. In Ignite, we launched the Foundry Control Plane that unifies the management task in a single interface so that you can build trustworthy agents. This helps you to control, observe, secure, and build at scale. Let's go to the next slide. We also enhance the model router. The model router automatically helps you select a model for the right business needs that you have. The routing now has a routing mode that helps the decision being automated based on the mode that you choose. For example, in the cost-saving mode, the router prioritizes lightweight models for simpler tasks, and which significantly lowers the cost for those kind of tasks. So this is one of the things where it not only automates the task, also there is a support for 9 new models with the model router. We're introducing a Microsoft Agent pre-purchase plan, which is a new unified commitment-based offering that spans workloads from both Microsoft Foundry and Copilot Studio. It empowers businesses to experiment without actually worrying about licensing or fragmented licensing costs. Previously, the offerings were different for both Foundry and Microsoft Copilot Studio. So this is one offering, which is a commitment-based offering that you can make for 1 year and have the pool of funds span multiple workloads and agents. Let's look at the Foundry Control Plane a little bit more in detail with this video.
Agents are everywhere. Developers aren't just building one agent, they're managing fleets across clouds. Microsoft Foundry brings observability, security, and controls together in one place with Foundry Control Plane. Integrated with Microsoft Agent 365, Foundry Control Plane provides a complete view of all your agents across your organization, no matter where they are built, including agents built on Microsoft, third-party platforms, or even other clouds. Developers can now build and operate from one place with observability on performance, cost, and safety delivered in one unified view. With agent controls, define exactly how agents behave from prompts to tools to outputs. Plus, IT rests easy with Microsoft Purview, keeping sensitive information secure from the start. Avoid confusing agent sprawl with Entra Agent ID, giving every agent a verified identity and owner. Plus, get real-time defense powered by Microsoft Defender. Every agent, any platform. Foundry Control Plane.
Yeah. So this is available now for anyone to use. It's you have to set you can use the new portal in the Microsoft Foundry portal to start using that.
Hey everyone, producer Andrew here. Thank you so much for watching and for your support. For more FinOps content, go check out our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and leave comments and questions for all of our wonderful speakers. We appreciate your support.